What's good, everybody on YouTube? This is your boy Akil McLeod back with another video, and today I'm going to talk about my recent customer service experience with Poshmark. Now, a couple days ago I dropped a live video and I was saying that eBay is my favorite platform to sell on, and one of those reasons are because the customer service has really improved on eBay. So one of the biggest things with Poshmark is that they don't have a phone line that you can call and speak with someone if you have any concerns. It's just email based. So for me, I always saw that as kind of a downfall to the customer service aspect on Poshmark. But thankfully, I had an experience come up yesterday. And basically the buyer, I don't know if the item just didn't fit them or if they just wasn't happy with the shirt anymore, but I'll just read you guys what the case said once they opened up the case against me in order to try to get a return. So basically the buyer says there are small details in the shirt that don't protrude in the pictures. The seams of the shirt make it seem like it's an inside out style, and I did not notice that in the pictures. Also, the dotted pattern around the letters takes away from the shirt, and I did not notice that from the pictures. The post could have benefited from closer up pictures. Now, with that being said, if you all buy or sell on Poshmark, you all know that you can easily just zoom in on any photograph to see any small details that you might have missed. So I always tell people to always, especially if you're a buyer, always zoom in on the photos, because that was an update Poshmark made maybe a few months or maybe even a few years ago where you can actually zoom in on photos. So as soon as I saw this comment, it instantly just made me think that the buyer just wasn't happy with the shirt. Maybe it didn't fit them, and Poshmark clearly says that they don't accept returns based on fit. So this person probably just tried to look for any reason that they could in order to return the shirt. And from prior experiences dealing with Poshmark, one thing that happened to me when I first started selling on the app was that I think it was a pair of shoes that I sold to a woman, and honestly I believe the shoes just didn't fit, because she did say the shoes did not fit, but she also said the shoes weren't accurately photographed and there were a lot more damage to the shoes than it actually was. And as you guys know, I've always spoke about being 100% honest in photographs and descriptions, using all photos just so that the buyer knows exactly what they're getting. But even though Poshmark says they don't accept returns because the item didn't fit, they ended up siding with the buyer, saying that, you know, the item was not as described, which to me was complete. But at the end of the day, it is what it is. So ever since then, I always had kind of a negative experience and a negative outlook on customer service and the whole return policy that Poshmark offers. But that was when I first started selling, so I didn't want that to deter me too badly. And since then, I think I maybe only had maybe 2 or 3 other return situations happen, and the other situations were honestly all my fault. It was mainly because I probably listed the shirt as a medium and it was actually a small, and I just took the L when it came to that. But thankfully this time around, Poshmark actually did have my back, and I didn't even respond to that case that the buyer opened this time around. I literally just read the message, and instead of going in the comments and going back and forth, I wanted to just see what Poshmark would do, how they would handle this situation, and they honestly just sided with me and released the funds, and they closed the case, and that was the end of that. So I just want to give a shout out to Poshmark because they actually did have my back. And for a lot of people, I know some people say Poshmark always sides with the buyers, and we always hear similar things like that on eBay as well. But for this particular instance, Poshmark did side with me. So I just wanted to give credit where credit was due this time around. So drop a comment if you guys had any similar experiences with Poshmarks when dealing with returns. I know when it comes down to it, Poshmark says they don't accept returns based on sizing and if the item doesn't fit, and they actually just, you know, encourage buyers, if the item didn't fit, they encourage them to just sell it on that platform as well. But even with that being said, you know, they still go ahead and accept returns. As long as the seller is okay with it, Poshmark will accept any return as long as the seller is okay with it. That's why for this particular instance, I didn't even want to go back and forth with the buyer in the comments. I just wanted to see what Poshmark was going to do to handle the situation, and like I said, they held your boy down. So with that being said, that's all I got for today's video. So if you guys enjoyed that one, don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.
For the winner, cause you felt like you was losing, only for the winner. Move just to keep from cooling, like only for the winner, only for the winner, only for the winner. Boy, my heart is cold, and I'm too cool to sweat it. I should've never offered it. I'm tight and now I'm off this shit.